Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Um, I don't really know what we're talking about today. I've become less and less interested in doing this show in the morning. I am very focused on making other videos. So why don't we just let's see where this goes? I would like to continue to do it. It's just that I've been less and less focused on it, you know? It seems weird because I never know what to talk about. And I look and I look and I look for content. And I look and I'm searching for content, but I can't seem to find anything. Damn, it's terrible. Terrible accent. I don't know. What did I do yesterday? Well, I can tell you what I didn't do. I didn't take a shower until like 7 o'clock p.m. Which, oh, come on. What? Excuse me. My cat is she's a little needy. It's just, it is what it is. There's a couple things that I need to, do. Oh, as you can see, I cleaned up. A little bit. Cleaned up a little bit. On this side, which side? There's a delay. On this side, now you can see the floor, right? On the other side, you can see the other part of the floor. There's a cat bed there. And I put my plant back over this way. Over this way. Put my plant back. Gave it some light because it was not doing super well. Like, it helps it in here. I do need some new lights though. So, anyways, yesterday I didn't take a shower until 7 o'clock p.m. Seems like, yesterday was supposed to be a chill day. My wife had the day off, and we were just going to hang out and do fall stuff, like watch movies and eat. Oh, you know what we did do? We went to one of the biggest Asian markets I've ever been to get some Japanese snacks. It was like Walmart sized. It was like a Walmart sized Asian market. So you'd think that there would be just everything there. Wrong. When I say Asian market, I say largely Chinese, which, I have where I'm at, there's a much bigger Chinese population than there is Japanese population. When I say much larger, I mean there's just more Chinese restaurants than there are Japanese restaurants here, which tells me that the community of Chinese is bigger. So that's the only facts that I have to run on. Okay, there's not even facts. Those are the only things that I have to run on, based on my ideas. But I haven't really heard Japanese language spoke often here. And I mean, honestly, like, why would you want to be here? I don't know. I just think if you could be anywhere in the world, it would not be Toledo, Ohio. I know a lot of people love it, but I think a lot of people love it for different reasons, I look like shit today, once again. Old. Bags under my eyes are dark. I am angry at things that I shouldn't be angry about. I'm stressed about things that I should not be stressed about. But we're moving on. Is it too early just to jump into YouTube? I feel like I should keep talking. Oh, yesterday I talked about fast food. Yesterday on the episode, I talked about fast food, and I went a little hard on people. Doesn't matter though, because no one watches. You know, just a few people watch, and that's fun. Um, and you know what, I don't regret it. I don't regret saying what I said. How about that? I'm not sorry. I stand by the words that I said. This is all going to come back to bite me in the end. But, I believe that, you know, as a human being on the internet, I believe that you should stand behind the words you say. If not, if you don't stand behind the words you say, don't fucking say them. You know? Well, the fall time, it brings, you know, Halloween, which is our favorite time of year in this house. This is the season in which I decorate the house with Halloween decorations. This year, the theme is vintage and whimsical. And last year it was like what did we do last year? Last year we did like dark alchemy, with like potion bottles and things in jars and stuff like that. Like if you were to like walk into a witch's den house thing, like you'd find lizards in a jar and stuff. So I got these like toy lizards and stuff, and I got one of those like water expand in water brains. I expanded it in water. There was like an alien body that I had in a jar. I don't know. It was cool. I just didn't, This year I thought it would be a lot easier just to like kind of like go vintage with it. Vintage because uh-oh. I hear a fat blind cat coming. Hi, fat blind cat. Hi, pretty girl. She's doing much better. The other day I had to be taken off stream because my wife noticed that she had her eye would look like it was full of blood, but I think she was sneezing. She's had a little bit of a cold, so she may have just broken a blood vessel in her eye because it's definitely clearing up. She's not sneezing as much either. For a couple days there, it was like we're gonna have to take her to the vet because she's old. She's 19, and just the smallest, slightest like ailment could mean the end. So we're want to make sure we're taking care of her and giving her everything she needs. As you can see, she just walks into the stuff and she doesn't know what she's seeing. She just recently went blind, so it's difficult for her. Yesterday I played no Cyberpunk. Oh my god. Can I tell you how bad I was fiending to get back into that game? I know I'm not like deep into it yet, but like I told my wife yesterday, I said, you know what sucks is like I have all this time off right now and I have not been able to like just dump 8 hours into a video game. And I know that as a 41-year-old man, that is like some Are you how the fuck are you guys seeing this? I feel like sometimes she's faking blind. Like she's not actually blind. I feel like sometimes she just like she fakes it. I don't know if you can see her. Yeah, I think that sometimes she fakes it because she seems to get around just fine. I know what she's looking for though. Hold on. Here, babes. I think she can see a little bit. You know what I mean? But just not enough. I think she can find edges of couches and of tables and things to pull herself up on. Also, she's 19. She's lived in this house majority of her life. I think she knows how to get around it. But then there's other moments where you just, you're like, why are you pretending like you can't see? Why is this little baby pretending that she can't see? Right? Why are you pretending? My little sweetie baby. Yeah, I've had her for 19 years. Coming up on 19 years. I found her. I was living in an apartment, and I used to like to go out back to smoke, and there's like a little smoke cigarettes. Used to smoke cigarettes. There was this little back door that you could go to, and it just went to like a little short patch of like woods. And here she is. She was little, but very, very sweet. That night that I brought her in, she climbed up on my chest, and I'd never had cats before, so I didn't know what to expect. But she climbed up on my chest and fell asleep, and I was kind of freaking out. But it also like won me over immediately, and then we've been inseparable since. Yeah, it just seems like she came into my life. Here, let me see your eyeball. You're looking good. You're looking good. It's not swollen. It's not red. I think it might be just irritated a little bit too, because she kind of squinted a little bit. But there's no pain. You feel around it. She doesn't wince. She doesn't snap away. Nothing. So. But I think dogs, animals, people, they come to you at a certain time in your life when you need them, and I definitely needed her when I got her. I was just recovering from being a piece of shit for a long time, and she helped me kind of like add some stability to my life. She added some, what I would say, love. She added some love to my life. Uh, I finally was needed to like be there. You know what I mean? I was needed to be places at a certain time. I needed to make sure she was fed and cat litter. And let me tell you, I was so poor that like her cat litter box was a those like foil like metal baking pans that you like cook a roast in. Yeah, it was that. So every time she went to the litter box, it was so loud. But I was poor. I couldn't afford anything. I would go to like Pet Supplies Plus, and I would they have this like I don't know if you guys ever been to Pet Supplies Plus or like a pet store, but they have these like big bins for like bulk cat litter where you just scoop it out or whatever. And I couldn't afford like a box of cat litter because cat litter is expensive for no fucking reason. So I would take the scoop and I would scoop in just enough to like change her litter with, you know, put it in a bag, and then people would look at me crazy and they'd be like, this is it? And I'd be like, yep, that's it. But I took her everywhere with me. She used to, she used to like to drive in the car. I would take her in the carrier to the car and then open up the carrier, and she would just either sit in the passenger seat or on the dashboard. She would also sit in the back of the dashboard also. Um, the back, the rear windshield or whatever. She would sit back there. What else did we do, big girl? We had so much fun back in those days. We used to wrestle. She used to love to wrestle because she was a little teenage kitty. When they're long and slender, she used to love to jump and like attack me, but she never bite. She never would bite. She would like jump on me. You know what I mean? And I would let her like pretend like she would beat me up and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm a psycho for this cat, man. There's so many good memories, right, babes? Right, babes? Where's my good baby? Yeah, my good baby. So yeah, lots of good memories. And then when we moved and we got our first house, she found every fucking hole that she could get in, and she got in it. One time we were having my there was like a leak in the plumbing behind the, like where the knobs are behind the bathtub or whatever. And I opened up this little like hatch because the house was built in like the 1800s that we lived in, and she got into it, which when you open these houses up, there's cavities that are pretty deep in between the floor and the ceiling. So she got into the thing, and she was able to like traverse, in between the floor and the ceiling for a while. I couldn't figure out how to get her out. I don't think she knew how to get out. But when she came out, she was covered in cobwebs and like dust. It was disgusting, but funny situation. But she never did it again because I never left the thing open ever again. Because I was scared. She does this thing. She's always done this thing where if she wants me, she does this like she yowls like she's in pain. She does this. When I used to take her to my parents' house, I would hang out at my parents, and I would take her with me, and then I'd go outside to smoke a cigarette, and she would sit by the door and just meow, So we're kind of like the emotional support beings for each other. Have been forever. She's super sweet. Needs to be on me most of the time. It's pretty crazy. But we're reaching the end of our time together. And I seem ready for it. I feel ready for it. I just don't know if I'm gonna be ready for it. Do you know what I mean? I just like there's no way. The stream's current bitrate is 8,361.71, is higher than recommended. Open widget. Stream use a bitrate of 4,500, but every time I do go down to 4,500, it looks like shit. But yeah, if I do that, I'll drop frames. But so yeah, I mean, this little cat, her and I have been through some shit together. We've been through a lot. This is our third house together. We brought 2 cats in since I got her, and man, is she just a jealous cat. She hates one of them, and the other one is like her sister. So, anyways, enough of that because I could get sad quick. I think we should go to YouTube. Figure out what else we got going. Oh, did I not change the title? Shit. Changing title. Hello. I'm Shelly rupaul. Here's what the thing is. Let me be completely honest. When I do these things in the morning, it's just like whatever pops into my head, right? Oh my God. That's terrible. I can't see because the fucking monitor is so good. I'm semi-early. Hey, Casey. I'm changing the title right now, so give me a second. There we go. So yeah. What was I saying? I just oh no, I was going over to YouTube. Yeah, I never know what to do or say. I look all night for content for the next morning, and I never find it. Oh, that's what I was saying. like in true transparency, the way that I pick thumbnails and the titles is when I haven't even woke up yet. So and I have no idea what I'm doing for the stream, so I just whatever comes to mind, you know, and then I try to base that thumbnail around that. But doing that thumbnail takes a little bit of time, and this is all before I've drinking my matcha because I like to drink the matcha on stream, so it gets a little cold, and I'm trying to rush through it, and it's always shit. So there's that. Hi. Let's just jump over to YouTube. I think that'll be fine. And then we'll find something to watch. I was telling stream I'm like fiending for Cyberpunk. I'm not too far into the game, but I'm getting to the point where it's just like, dude, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface, and this is like the first big mission and all this kind of stuff, and I'm watching that. I see like everybody's playing it, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm just starting it. I'm so far behind. And usually this time of year, or like not this time of year, when we take a break from the houses, like I want to dump like 8 hours into 8 hours into the game at a time. But I just can't at the moment. Hi, big girl. We need to cut your nails, girl. Is that the problem? You're just getting old. You don't take care of yourself. Let's see if you can hear her purring. Hi. That eye's looking much better. Good girl. Wow, what's this? Shy Lily avoided brand risks like this. Wow. I don't know if we should watch it, but we should watch it. I fucking it's 54 seconds, right? Like well, how bad could it be? I mean, like the thing on the top though is like, I don't know. Could be, so it could be a risk. This thing about Ahsoka, the show Ahsoka, you want to get down? Whoop. This thing about the Ahsoka show, like I love Ahsoka Tano's like character, love it. I'm a sucker for like boss bitches, dude. Like badasses. I just am a sucker for badass female characters. Like some of my favorite movies, like my favorite, I should say my favorite watches, like my favorite like fun watches are like they have a badass female lead. Hannah is one of my favorite movies. I think that movie when I say favorite movie, I'm not talking about like full fucking 10 out of 10. I'm just saying like they're my favorite watches. Like if it's on, I'm definitely watching it because I get like they're fun. It's fun. Like Hannah was a fun watch. Sucker Punch, what a fucking like that'll suck you. Well, that'll suck you off. That'll suck you in. That'll suck you. Dude, stop saying suck. How about that? That will pull you in. Sucker Punch is such a crazy, weird movie. It's like it should be like, I should hate it, but strong female lead. I don't know. I like that type of shit. I don't know. It's fun. Anyways, I love Rosario Dawson and I love Ahsoka. I love that Rosario Dawson is older Ahsoka Tano from the show. From I didn't watch Rebels. So I watched, what's it called? Clone Wars. Listen, guys, when I say I'm a fan of something and I don't know the name of it, it's because I just watched the show. Or if you go in through my playlist and my music, it's pretty clear how much I love music, right? But I don't know a single fucking artist or a single fucking song title. It's just the music that I listen to that I absolutely love. And it's okay. I don't think you need to know everything about everything that you love. Like if you were to ask me, like I've watched Star Wars so many times. I'm not like a Star Wars like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like ins and outs. I know every detail. I know a lot. But if you were to ask me like, what was the plot line for? I almost said Back to the Future. Oh my God. What was the plot line for Empire Strikes Back? I'd be like, is that the one where, and people are like, you're not a Star Wars fan. I'm like, I am though. I just don't pay attention to what it's called or where it falls in the lineup. I don't really give a shit that much. You know what I'm saying? I like Star Wars as a storytelling device. I like Star Wars for what it was back in the day. I liked Star Wars for how it makes me feel. Can that be a thing? That can be a thing. The both can be true. I love that saying. Both can be true. Because, like, obviously both can be true. I could be a piece of fucking shit and be a nice guy, too. Both can be true. I hate when people say that. Like, when they're in an argument, like, oh, both could be true. I'm like, uh-huh. Right. It could be red and it could be blue, depending on the perspective or the eyes or whatever. Sure. All right, I'm going to risk it. We're going to watch this Shy Lily thing. It says getting railed by 3 guys, and I don't know if it's safe or not. Risk it all. Did it say power off or power on? On. I don't watch Shy Lily stuff, so please bear with me.
Yeah, everything is part of the plan, exactly. Won't they find out about it when you say it on stream? No, it doesn't matter if I say it on stream. There's a big difference between,
I should start watching
like,
Shy Lily stuff, I guess.
publicly.
Okay. Try it again.
Yeah, everything is part of the plan, exactly. Won't they find out about it when you say it on stream? No, it doesn't matter if I say it on stream. There's a big difference between, like, publicly. Like, I use this platform, Twitch, to promote as well, but
Okay.
I make clear lines between chatting and then the sponsor stream, right?
Okay.
When it comes to Twitter, if I were to be brand risky on Twitter, they would have their, let's just say, announcement that I'm playing TOF on the same timeline as me getting railed by 3 guys. So
what the shit, dude? I don't know anything about Shy Lily. But it sounds like she's like goated. Because anybody that can talk like this is a goat in my book.
say announcement that I'm playing TOF on the same timeline as me getting railed by 3 guys. So that's the brand risk there. I can talk not safe for work, but all within the respectable TOS of Twitch. So that's cool. I can't have that stuff just follow each other on the timeline.
Right.
Like if someone
makes sense.
sees the sponsor trailer and checks out my profile and just sees me being railed by 3 guys, that's different. That's just...
I like there's something about like gamer culture, internet culture, streamer culture that I just
spitting facts.
I fucking love. The absolute degeneracy. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. The absolute degeneracy of streamers, male and female, is just, it's my favorite thing. I love that there's people out there that just don't give a shit. Because I wish I could be more like them. If I'm being completely honest, I wish I could be more like them. But I do care. Okay.
Yeah, everything is
That was
part
great.
of the
I mean,
plan,
like, I feel like I would love to clip this audio.
Won't they find out about it when you say it on stream? No, it doesn't matter if I say it on stream. There's a big difference between, like, publicly, like, I use this platform, Twitch, to
Sure.
promote
I understand.
as well, but I make clear lines between chatting and then the sponsor stream,
Yeah,
right? When it
right.
comes to Twitter, if I were to be brand risky on
Twitter?
they would have their, let's just say, announcement that I'm playing TOF on the
Right.
same
On the
timeline
same
as me
timeline.
getting railed by 3 guys. So that's the brand risk.
It's
there.
just, it's really not funny. It's really not funny. It's funny. Shut up. It's funny. It's funny because I can visualize her. Let's not say it like that. I can visualize her getting railed by 3 guys. But I can, if you've been on Twitter for long enough, yeah, Disney will fucking drop some shit like, Little Mermaid, and then right under it, So I can only imagine that, like, I can only imagine, in this scenario, like, whatever. Let's not go too far on it. I might end up watching Shy Lily stuff because I like the degeneracy. How about Asfan and Bonnie? You guys fuck with Asfan and Bonnie? Let's see. No, I threw some stuff in watch later. Hold on. The prank that ended in tragedy. What happened to Josh Paler Lynn? Well, that was 2 years ago. I thought that was recent. So I got this Cyberpunk video in here for after the heist because what I'm starting to realize is that I don't have 8 hours to do this anymore. And I want 8 hours to do it. So Friday, I think I'm gonna do a banger of a stream. I think I may maybe 8 hour in it if I can. But oh man. On Friday, I think I'll probably, if all goes as planned, if I get everything done I need to get done today, if I put off playing today, and Thursday, tomorrow, I'm going to be out of town, I might be able to play a little bit today. Like a couple hours. What time is it? Oh, wow. It's still early yet. If I can get my shit done today, I could be back home by 2. If Dropbox could stop giving me notifications that I need to upgrade, that would be great. So well, let's not expose my watch later shit. If I was able to get I'm gonna get my stuff done today. I should be back home by 2:30, which would be great. Then I can play for a little bit. I can play for a couple hours. When my wife is home, I don't like to be separate from her. Is that weird? I know some people are just kind of like, they'll play games when their wife is like in the other room and shit. But like, if my wife's home, dude, I want to be next to her. I want to be hanging out with her. It's not like we get to see each other a shit ton, So I want to make sure I'm there, man. That's important to me. Spending time with my wife is very important to me. That's my homie, dude. That's my best friend. Nobody laughs as hard as she laughs at my stupid dick jokes. You know what I mean? Makes me feel like a fucking like a celebrity sometimes because she's just like so excited to be hanging out and stuff. Like she wants to be a part of this thing, but she just can't. Like she doesn't have the flexibility in her schedule as I do. So I wish she did though, because she's fun, man. Everybody likes her. Everybody likes her more than me, actually. She's way cooler than me, I'll tell you that. She's way more accomplished than me. These Balenciaga Adidas. Can I just say something right now? Do a quick little flex. I have these. I own these. サイズ掛けしてるってことかな。再入荷あるのかわかんないですけど、今買えるサイズはもう限られてきてるかな。で、this is my guy. Believe it or not, I do not speak Japanese, but they told me the way to. I have a plan. Let me say this first. I have a plan to spend 1 month in Japan. I am saving for that trip. Yeah, I'm gonna try to full stream full Friday. I got to do it, dude. because I'm putting it off too much. I've been putting off gaming too much, and I literally feel it on my conscience. Like I feel like I've abandoned abandoned a child. So this guy here is my dude. I don't speak Japanese, but they say, "Oh, I have a plan to go to Japan, to travel Japan in 30 days. Not in 30 days, but within 30 days. Like when we decide to go, I want to be there for a month. I want to see Tokyo for a little bit, and I want enough time in Tokyo to explore Tokyo. I want to explore the countryside, but I also want to spend some time in Okinawa and Nagano. So you really need some good time for that, and you really need to be able to speak or at least understand Japanese a little bit. So I dove into some Japanese language learning things months ago, and their advice was find some shit on YouTube without captions, without captions that you are interested in. And video games all have captions. You know what I mean? Most gamers have captions. When I stream in the morning, it is time for Japan to be watching streaming. That's weird because most people hate your spouse. Hold on, I don't know why this is hidden. You got something special there. Yeah, man, I absolutely know it, that we have something special. Everyone says it. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't think anyone that's ever met us two, the two of us together, have said, you guys are like two fucking peas in a pod. If one person, if you were meant, if, they just say that we're meant for each other because we're just so much the same. Like, I don't know, we're inseparable. We've been married for 12 years, and we're still like fucking gangsters. Like thick as thieves type shit, you know what I mean? And it helps us so much throughout life. It helps you so much throughout life to just approach relationships in a way that you would approach, I don't know, man. I wish I had like answers to people on how all of this like happened or whatever. It's a very strange story. I don't want to get into it. Maybe when she gets on stream, we'll get into it one time. But yeah, what her and I have is a rarity for sure. Even there's times that like when her and I are like walking into a store together and we're like smiling or laughing, there's been people that have stopped us and been like, "Damn, look at you guys smiling, living life." And I'm just kind of like, yeah, that is what we're doing. We're just kind of living life. We're just just happy to be on the planet together, even though we're going and doing the dumbest shit, I'm going to learn a language I started during late COVID, but stopped. That was my abandoned child, and I also want to visit Japan. Yeah. So our goal is to travel throughout Japan for 30 days. Obviously, we can't do that with her and her job, but we could do that with mine. But her and her job, that we can't make that happen. And I needed to learn Japanese. So they say to like put yourself in positions where you are forced to learn, or like you can learn faster through conversational Japanese or whatever like that. But I don't know anybody in my area that's Japanese. I've met some people that are Japanese at the bookstores, But like I'm always so afraid to be like, "Hey, can we hang out?" And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because you're Japanese." It seems weird. But me and this guy one time, we were buying Gundam models during COVID, and he was in the line ahead of me, and he was buying a shit ton, and I was lying behind him buying a shit ton. And I was like, "This is an opportunity, dude. This is your opportunity. Talk to him. Say hi." And I said, "Oh, what are you getting?" And he was just like, he's just way too young, man. Like, He was probably a college student. And I was just kind of like, got you. I understand. Socially awkward. I feel you, dude. You know? You don't know that I just had to have a 20-minute conversation in my brain trying to say like, oh, what did you buy? You know? But, yeah, so I got into this guy because he's into fashion. He's into the same type of brands that I'm in, same type of like style. He just wears it way better. So I watched this dude for like my conversational Japanese. There's no subs. There's no subtitles. I don't know. The only context I know is that the boy has a fire style and he's about my age. He's an older man that's into this fucking streetwear shit. So I watch it. And if it's not to like really understand, it's more for like structure of sentences and you know what I mean. But I can't pick up on some. I'm not doing a very good job. But Casey, what do you do to learn? Do you take some like not classes, but you do like those my wife tried Duolingo and she just didn't. She got really far in it. It just didn't. She didn't absorb it, so it wasn't like the way of her learning. Like she can read some Japanese. She can read some like hiragana, but that's about it. And that took her months to get. So I'm curious of what is your method?
メンバーシップ限定ライブで開封しちゃったんですが
I know he said membership.
書きたいのを我慢して今日の動画までずっと綺麗なまま保存しておきましたが始まったんですけど
So I know people hate on these shoes, man. I know people hate on these shoes. They're like they're Adidas Stan Smith, but they're like they look like they've been run over by a car. And I say to them, wait till you get them in hand, because they're not like that at all.
のライブで見たでしょ一回それですはいこちらでございますぺっちゃんこだぺっちゃんこ
They're like a very, very supple leather. I mean, we're not gonna fucking do this. We're not doing this. This is not what I'm doing today. This is not what I'm doing today. What I'm doing today. What was I doing today? Wasn't there something that I pulled for watch later that I wanted to watch? Nope. Man calls 911 saying he gave $25 and didn't get any drugs. This is what the problem is, because what I do is I think that these things are interesting, and then I get awake. I wake up more, and I get on the stream, and I'm like, these things are not they're not interesting. Okay. What's this? Facebook boomers confused and scared. Love it. I love the way this sounds. It looks funny. Should we watch it? We'll watch it.
My name is your worst. Here's what everybody's been trying to tell you today,
Okay.
and I say this gently. Your user agreement sucks.
I'm definitely getting into. Is this
My name is your worst.
copyright or no?
Happy Friday.
What?
Happy Friday.
Facebook, a place where your mother, your
What's that
grandma,
mean?
your great-grandma, their moms and dads all dwell still. Feels like a collective breeding ground for all the old people to come together and say very, very cringy shit.
I'm your
Yeah,
huckleberry,
for sure.
buddy. I'm your huckleberry.
It's a place where boomers can come together and rejoice and give each other invites to cocktail hours at their local dive bar, or where
Right.
they're going to meet up for their pickleball games on Tuesday nights. But it's
dude,
also a place
dude,
for them to be
hold
very
on.
confused and hostile. It really does feel.
So, Casey, your thing with Seattle in 23, right? Like it keeps fucking popping up, every time you. Why is now mine pickleball? That's what I want to know. Why is pickleball coming to me like Seattle in 23 is for you? I was using a couple apps for hiragana and katakana and YouTube video, learn Japanese. No, I basically had those down, but hadn't gotten into any words. Yeah. It seems like that's... They say it's very difficult to learn Japanese. So the fucking pickleball is in my it's in my brain. Not my brain. It's the pickleball is not in my brain. But after we went to that closing and that lady talked about pickleball, it's now been everywhere. You're meant to play. Maybe teaching idea is supposed to be your thing, bro. I don't think I could do it. But we were driving to the Asian market yesterday, and the dude's license plate in front of him, he had a vanity license plate, and it said pickleball. And I had to take a picture of it because I said, there's no fucking way that this guy has paid for a... There's no way that this guy paid for a license plate to say pickleball. And I'll give you 2 guesses on his age range, and the first guess does not count. But pickleball has been in my sphere, and I don't like it, because if it's trying to pull me towards pickleball, Casey, the universe is fucking with me. It is trying to pull me down, or maybe to millions and millions of dollars.
Like a gorilla pen in a weird way. But today I wanted to go back into this forbidden territory, like a Russian spy.
I had an idea to do this because I fuck around on Facebook quite a bit. I like to troll on Facebook. I think it's hilarious because he's correct. It's just a ton of boomers that are trying to use current internet language. Yep, you are right. He was a golden oldie. He was definitely not in his 40s. How about that? He was definitely not in his 50s either. He had a blow pop in his mouth, which was very, very disturbing the way he was eating it. But you gotta eat a blow pop. It's just, how do you not eat a blow pop the same way? But it was weird when we pulled next to him because I was like, I gotta see what this person looks like. Because my wife was like, is that the lady from the closing? So I pulled up trying to see, and it was some guy deep throating a blow pop, and I was I felt a shudder down my spine. But pickleball, yeah, for whatever reason.
And sneak in and see what's going on Facebook. Today we're partnered with Gamer Subs. Now,
hell yeah.
Listen, I like a nice Red Bull every once in a while, right? But I don't like how it turns my blood to oil. I'm already a fat piece of enough. So I like having something that's zero sugar, keto friendly, and gives me that little that I need in the morning. You know what I mean? Just that nice. Which is why today we're partnered with Gamer Subs. It's an amazing company. Out of all the products,
you know what's funny is that Gamer Subs, you want to hate it, okay? You want to hate it. Gamer Subs as a drink, you're kind of like, what are we doing? Another fucking drink, another caffeinated drink. It's actually good. I hate the name, but it's actually good. I think sometimes the universe can tease us with things if we are getting freaked out by our. Hold on, let me reread that. I think sometimes the universe can tease us with things. If we're getting freaked out by it, honestly, I want to say there are aliens having it out freaked out. Yeah, probably. So they just keep in like this guy pickleball. Yeah. That would be hilarious. If there's just somebody up top, you know what I mean? And they're just like, this guy, watch me throw him a 23 in Seattle in the same fucking sentence. Flight 23 to Seattle or whatever, you know? The thing with Gamer Subs is I know I want to hate it, you know? And I got samples because somebody had a code for like free samples. You didn't have to pay shipping. So I sampled it and I was like, this is really good. I like the way the caffeine hits me. I like the way it tastes. I like the way it doesn't have an aftertaste. It's weird. You would think that this stream was sponsored by Gamer Subs. It isn't. You see that? See how crazy these humans get? Yeah, exactly. But it's good. And you know what's funny is I see a lot of these people, the people that I like to watch, also fuck with it. And then you know what? They're degenerates. And I love it. I love the names that they come up with, man. It's so good. But man, should we? I mean, he's doing a pretty good ad read.
It's the tastiest. It's the most reliable. I love Gamer Subs so much. Unironically, drink it almost every day. It's.
I seriously, I also do too.
I had the new Cajo's Bloody Orange. Don't even know what the that Cajo is. No idea. Delicious flavor though. And then I go to some of my other favorites like Anime Girl Thigh. And of course, my good buddy Wubby has his brand wrist flavor that's amazing. Great branding. It's just all around great products. And also you get free samples if you use my promo code PAPAMeat. Get some nice samples, and I swear to God, you're gonna be saying, "Ooh, I gotta buy some of these. These are delicious." They also have brilliant waifu.
I was gonna say these cups are what I like. I haven't bought a cup, but I would like to buy one of these cups just because I like the. I'll be honest. Synchronicities can be a sign that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Move toward. Oh. What if it means I should move away from pickleball things? Is that a possibility that I should move away from pickleball things? Or maybe it's just saying like, because I'm hoping it could mean that to move away from pickleball things. Or and this is just something I'm thinking and not what I'm going to do, but maybe I do move towards pickleball things, but in a way that I don't have to do it. That I don't have to do pickleball. That I could allow others to play pickleball. In a way. But also make shit tons of money doing it. By providing people with the joy in their life, happiness that they deserve, the exercise they need, but also me making just dumping fucking cash on my head. I heard an interesting theory that it just means you are resonating with pickleball stuff. If you don't want to, you can move from it. Just make sure you see if you feel after that reaction. Got you. Sign can just mean that you were where you are right now. Got you. Like if you keep making fun of it, then it might keep showing up. Well, that's fine, because I would farm the shit out of pickleball. Hey, maybe that's it. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's it right there. Like, some kind of shtick. If you ignore it, then it might go away, but then who the fuck knows? Yeah. I wonder, what if it's like some kind of shtick, dude? That would be kind of good. Like, just to like... I don't want to give it all away. But it would be fun to make fun of pickleball and be silly with it. Old people do have the money, dude. Old people have all the money. Like, I honestly believe old people have all of the money. The other day, we were driving down the road, and this dude was in a Porsche 911 Turbo, like a 2024. And when I saw the age of this guy, I was like, this is not work. Capitalism is fucked for right now in this state of where we're in. Capitalism is working for the wrong people. Like, guys that could fracture their knee getting out of the Porsche are driving Porsches. It's not fair. It's supposed to be for people like us in our age, Casey. We're supposed to be like, with supermodels and stuff like that in pools, where people are just like, money is just falling from buildings into our pockets. You know what I mean? But that's not what's happening. And I want the old's money. In the nicest way possible. And that made it sound nefarious. I meant like he may have been in his 30s, but the hard work to get it. Yeah, that could possibly be it. But this guy was in his 80s, deep in his 80s. This guy was short. He looked like he, has cut into a few brains in his life, He looked like he could have been a surgeon. There's also a guy that lives by my grandparents that drives a Bentley that every time I see him, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, that is a car for like an 80s, an old man, like an old doctor in their 80s. A Bentley, I feel like, I could never see myself in anything like that. I'm just too much of a mess. Here I am watching good old buddy Meat Canyon talk about anime booty. And then me saying how I want one of these cups because just of the art. Like I ordered some of this gamer stuff with that I got with the free thing, and they sent me this cool ass sticker. And now I really want the cups because they're cool looking. Anyways, let me get off Gamer Subs.
Food cups, high quality stuff, great art on them too. It's a fun little treat for the whole gang. Maybe.
Or what if it's a pickleball sponsor? What if somebody sponsors, that sponsors my stream as pickleball? I just feel like I'm too much of a mess to do anything like that. I don't know. You got me thinking about the pickleball thing now, and I'm going to have to explore that a little bit deeper. Because I feel like I could be leaving some cards on the table, you know what I mean? By just kind of dismissing it. I may have to dig a little deeper.
Not for extremely young people. These can get kind of graphic sometimes. Also, P.S. I have my own waifu cup coming very soon.
No way.
Be on the lookout for that. It's a long-term sponsorship. It helps me.
Did you see it?
So please use promo code POPMEAT at your checkout or try out some of the products. I'm telling you, once you try it, you'll be hooked.
They're
It's
actually
fantastic.
good.
Thank you so much, Gamers.
They have
for being a
non-caffeine
partner with
flavors
us,
that are
for
pretty
real.
good, too.
You guys rule. Back to the video.
Non-caffeinated.
Sneak in and see what's going on Facebook with all these people because I hear some weird stuff's going on. I hear some people have been saying some things. What are they? Let's find out.
All right. God, I fucking love
I've been
it.
trying yoga for about a week now, and whenever I try to do the downward dog,
It might just be Meat Canyon trying to make it a thing, but you saw the play and the closing lady. Exactly. That's why it's not just him. And I don't really watch Meat Canyon too much, but I just now subbed, so it's just the way things are happening. That makes it a little bit more interesting. And then when you say it like that, I'm like, oh, okay. There could be something positive in it. Let's just see. Because let's be honest, I'm saying like it's like all about money or whatever, but like it's not necessarily all about money. He has a second channel, Papa Meats. Actually, that's what I'm watching right now. Yep. If I'm being completely honest with myself, like I like to, pretend like I'm some diabolical guy that likes to like make money on other people at other people's expenses. I don't. I'm not that guy. Honestly, it does seem like a positive thing. Pickleball, all jokes aside, is like a great way for these people to like get into shape. You know what I mean? And I don't really know how I fit into that, other than I'm a fat ass and I need to be like I've put on a lot of weight in the past 3 years, and that I probably need to get into shape, and maybe I need to fucking play pickleball, and maybe I design my own paddles, and then when people like the paddles, I just sell it to them. Why does it always have to be about money with me? Why can't I just enjoy shit?
Find out. I've been trying yoga for about a week now, and whenever I try to do the downward dog pose, I always slip a nug. I'm pretty embarrassed
There's a
that I'm
bunch of youths
slipping
playing it
nugs
out
at
there.
my
Are there
age.
really? That is interesting.
Any tips or tricks for...
There's wow. I didn't realize that, like. Okay. All right. Definitely going to look into that shit today. But apparently Seattle's just different. I saw pickleball shirts in Walmart, but no other sports shirts. So I'm like, what the fuck is the pickleball capital? Yeah. So there is a pickleball court here, and there has been for a really long time. But when we were in New York, was it last year? During the summer, dude, like it just seemed like that's all people were doing is pickleball. But I didn't see young people. That's crazy.
The downward dog.
It could be an East Coast thing. You know what I mean? Like handball used to be. I thought it was just a trending. But to have pickleball license plate is something different. That's what I said. The pickleball license plate thing is like, you know, people that do like vanity license plates are like carpet king. You know what I mean? So they can write their car off for taxes because they put their business on the thing. But my parents' neighbor, so funny, dude. My parents' neighbor, I don't know how old she is, but she's probably in her 70s. Her license plate is whatever. It just says whatever. Like, whatever. I don't get it, dude. I don't understand the vanity license plate thing. Like, if I could afford a vanity license plate, I just don't. Why would I do it? I don't want people to remember my license plate number when I cut them off in traffic or if I'm speeding or, you know, I'm going to poop my pants and I'm like whipping through traffic. I don't want people to be like, all right, call 911 or something. And they see like body parts hanging from the trunk. I don't know. Yeah, it is crazy, the pickleball thing. The pickleball on the license plate is a rarity, right? And the fact that I decided at the last minute we should go to the Asian market is the fact that you know I decided at the last minute to go to the Asian market, and then I saw the pickleball thing. It's a little undeniable. How about that?
Pose. I always slip a nug. I'm pretty embarrassed that I'm...
What's this dude talking about? I just love it. It's so good.
I've been trying yoga for about a week now, and whenever I try to do the downward dog pose, I always slip a nug. I'm pretty embarrassed that I'm slipping nugs at my age. Any tips or tricks for nug slippage? And of course, someone asks, what is a nug? With a confused, like, laughing. What's a nug? And then the Smith person said, a nug is when you poo your pants by accident.
What the fuck?
Oh. Wow. Sue says, I use my waffle maker for many things, like grilled cheese and French toast. Sue, why are you yelling? That's what all capital letters mean. For your information, it's rude. And Sue says, because I have a difficult time seeing. Yeah. What would be rude, Juanita, is calling you a bitch.
What the fuck?
I think your eyes are just fucked up.
Yo, these people are crazy.
If you can't see what we see, shame on you.
I should have did this, man. I could still do it, but
Hello?
I wouldn't.
So this is kind of funny, but we can't go to Qdoba. It's on a military base.
The Qdoba's on a military base?
Yeah, it told me to turn somewhere, and then I was like, oh shit, there's like a toll booth here. There's a guy standing outside in like tactical gear, and then people were handing him something, and I was like, what do I need to hand you? And he was like, oh, you have to have a pass to go on here.
Did you try doing stolen valor and getting in there to get Qdoba?
He said it's not that hard to get a pass, but I have to go to this place and do a background check, and I'm assuming it won't be like
God, for Qdoba, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Let's just test it. Let's risk it all and try Chipotle. I'll have diarrhea again, but I hope not.
I actually love Chipotle, man. Chipotle. Maybe it's just the locations, but I like Chipotle. I be fucking with Chipotle. I be fucking up bowls at Chipotle, the quesadillas, the barbacoa quesadilla. Oh my God. You got to get that corn salsa. Oh my goodness. That shit's so good. And I never have stomach issues after. Like, I'm always straight. I don't know what it is. Probably because I used to eat hot fire when I was a child, you know?
At least you don't have to fly for a couple more days, you know, so.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Fuck you, Harry. 8 pounds. 8 pounds. I have lost 8 pounds since July. This is very magical. I'm going on a diet right now, and I need to, whenever I lose 8 pounds, I'll be sure and post this to my Instagram so you guys can see. I have lost 8 pounds since July. Also, it's October. I don't really know if that...
Yeah, I as a kid, like, Chipotle is better than Adobe. You mean Qdoba? Is that what you meant to say? Or at least they're similar. We don't even have a Qdoba here. Like, Chipotle is like the thing here because Chipotle is it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I feel like where I live, it's so boring, dude. Like, the comic book shops, like the game shops and stuff, they like know everybody that's already the anime shops. Like, there's one anime shop and it's owned by like a dude that just like there's 2 anime shops, and the one dude, he's just like, he's been into anime for like 40 years. And when you go in there, he just kind of like guilts you into buying stuff, and you're just kind of like, dude, I don't even want this, you know? And he's like, well, nobody's liking anime these days, and DVD sales are bad, so we're thinking about closing up every time. And he's been there for like 30 years. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how he makes his money, how he's still there. And then the comic book shop, when you go in there, if they don't know you, dude, it's like walking into a biker bar and not being a regular. You know what I mean? The kind of looks you get. Like, you can hear, bad to the bone. Like, that's the way that they look at you. Or like in the old Western movies, when they walk through the thing and you go up to the bar and order a glass of milk. You know? That's how they treat you. And a bunch of fucking dudes and bunch of fucking dudes in Sailor Moon t-shirts that, they haven't fit them since 1997. Glasses and beards. And they're like judging me for going in there and trying to find fucking Scotty Young comic books. You know what I mean? Judge me for that shit. Well, do you know episode arts? And I'm like, dude, I'm here for the art. You know what I mean? I'm here for the art. I remember this one time I bought where is it? It's up on the shelf. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, a graphic novel, and I got absolutely clowned. They absolutely clowned me. So I stopped going. I stopped going to that comic book store. And I was starting to be a regular, and they just clowned me over my choices. It's the art, man. And the story is good too. What do you mean? Does everyone have to be into superheroes? I don't know. I mean, I like superheroes. There's some that I like, and there's some that I don't like. You know what I mean? But I'm just not like the superhero guy. So I go into the fucking comic book store, and I like obscure shit. And I don't know if that Scotty Young is all that obscure. It just doesn't fit where I live, I guess. The culture here is so backwards. You get into the art scene, and if you're a little bit like questioning why things are the way they are, they fucking label you as I'm an angry person. Let's be honest. They start wanting to know, like, call me. I mean, dude, they did article write-ups about me when I first came onto the scene. Like, I was in the local papers and stuff, and they were like all excited because I was in their fucking words, a breath of fresh air. So I was like, that's cool. A breath of fresh air, man. Here's an up and coming, person. I was doing marketing type of shit but in the art world. So people were kind of excited to see it. My name got in everybody's mouth, and then they finally realized that I was an asshole, and they left. They left me in the dust. They got my car towed. They invited me to their fundraiser to make the art for their fundraiser, for the big fundraiser of the year, and they got my car towed. And I said, that's enough. I'm done. I'm done with these fucking pretend, like the Medici family. They're like, oh, we're the curators of our world. Like, you guys don't do shit. I don't know. How did I get here? I don't know how I got there. Oh, Qdoba. There's no Qdoba here. Yeah. Wow, that was a long leap.
It's that big of a feat, dude. 8 pounds. I had to go to hell and back, but I was able to do it. I did have some cheat days though. Wait, what? Yo, look at this. 60-year-old coworker has been texting me every day for over a year. 9:11 a.m.
Oh.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What?
Poor bastard. This is actual mental torture. I wonder what. I bet Joel's like, why does he never text anything back? Mom memes. Latching on to mommy's titty without biting.
What?
Drinking the weird funny liquid under the sink. Today's iPad addicted babies. Wait, did they format this like a fucking manga? Well, today's iPad addicted babies, and then you read left. Drinking the weird funny liquid under the sink, latching onto mommy's titty without biting. This is how we lost Jason. Dude, Facebook's emojis are so funny. Like the little, like, smiley face.
Every time
man,
I get
like,
that, I don't know
like
what the
this.
fuck that means.
Someone put a tear. You know, some older one too. It's just like, that's sad. Dude, I want to latch onto mommy's titty. I want to see the woman's titty who did this. Latching onto mommy's titty without biting.
Pure degeneracy.
Whatever,
Love it.
dude. You look so glamorous. Like this. I have COVID. You look so glamorous. I have COVID. I have definitely received many texts like this from my own grandmother. Hope you have a great day. I hurt my knee. I really wish that we could have seen the picture that the old woman thought somebody looked glamorous too, because I bet it's like a big fucking gross son of a bitch.
Yeah, but that's my little granddaughter, Becky.
My grandma is ruthless. My grandma's on Facebook. She's plugged in, man. Dude, let's not. If it rains today, that's gonna fuck up my whole thing for Friday. I thought I heard rain. No, I should be good to go. I should be good. It's not supposed to rain until like 8. My grandma's so ruthless. My cousin, she's really pretty. She posts a picture of herself being pretty, and my grandma says, "You look terrible there." And I was like, "Wow, that's fucked up." I liked it better when your hair's natural color. Or no, what did she say? She's like, "Why do you do this to yourself?" That's what it was. Why do you do this to yourself? You're so pretty. I liked your natural hair color. And it was like, wow, damn, grandma. And then my grandma's cool because you can fuck with her and be like, shh. Like on Sunday, I was at my nephew's football game, and I just walked up. They're watching the game, and she turns around and she looks at me and she's like, "What's with all the weirdness?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, this. You just gonna pretend like you don't know us?" And I said, "Grandma, I just got here. What the fuck's the weirdness with you?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know. What's the weirdness? You're acting like..." And I was like, "Okay, Grandma, out your fucking mind."
You look glamorous. Can you please come over here and compress my chest and try to fill my lungs with air?
Megan Fox. Meg and Fox naked. This isn't Google, Dad. What a man. Yeah, I kind of like the idea that a man just puts it out there. Megan Fox naked. Someone show me. I also like just the space. Meg and Fox naked. Somebody doing the question mark is pretty good. Yeah, this isn't Google, Dad. Crying, laughing emoji. We need to get the fucking crying, laughing emoji out of here. Are you really?
I
like,
know.
Yes! Yes!
I use it a lot. Yeah, but my family they're all ball busters. Like there isn't, you can't like. I always tell people like on both sides of my family, like if you want to date somebody, bring them around the family first and see how long they can last. Because my family will absolutely destroy you. They will give you a complex by the time you leave. But if they do, that means they like you. They will absolutely chew you up and spit you out. And if they do that, that means they like you. And there's been plenty of, boyfriends and girlfriends that do not make the cut. That people say, if someone says, your family's so nice, I'm like, you ain't gonna last, girl, because we don't like you. Yeah, my grandma's a savage, dude. I think once you get to a certain age, you just stop giving a shit what comes out of your mouth. You just say whatever you want. My dad's mom was like that too, man. She would say, my grandma was like, she wasn't racist, but she would say some racist shit that like she thought was like okay to say. Like she was trying to be not racist, but she would say racist shit. And I would just be like, Grandma, you can't say that. And she's like, I don't mean anything bad by it. My grandma actually grew up in Pennsylvania. My grandma used to sing on the radio. My dad's mom used to sing on the radio in Pennsylvania. I forget what the name of the city that they were in. But her mom and dad were butcher, like owned a deli back in the day. And I asked her about like organized crime because my grandma's family's from Sicily. And she told me that there was a few people that would come in, especially during that time. She said that people would come in there and her parents would give them free food all the time, she said. And she turned to me, she goes, Greggy, they were killers. And I was like, oh, shit. She said one time that like when her dad died that somebody picked her up and put her in the casket with her dad and made him give him a kiss. She's like, she never forgot that. She had to kiss her dead father on the lips. Somebody picked her up and put her in the casket with him. So fucking crazy. There's so many stories that I remember my grandma telling me. And again, dude, ADHD is on fire today because I just keep going left.
Megan Fox naked. How to dispose of a body quickly.
No way. That can't be real.
Why do my hands smell like pennies?
Happy birthday to my wonderful husband. Hope he's enjoying the day, even though we did not do anything to really celebrate anymore. We did get a new puppy a few weeks ago. His name is Oreo, and he's black and white. He will not shed dog hair all over. He will stay small.
Oh, it's weird. It sounded very normal at the beginning, and then it got more and more where I'm like, where is this person from? He will not shed dog hair all over. He will stay small. It's an atrocity that 18 people like this. But there's 19.
Yeah, you want to know what's such an atrocity is like, I've never gotten 18 likes on my Facebook post. And those are my families. Those are the people that like supposedly want to support you. They don't care about me.
There was definitely some questionable things asked. Merry Christmas, Martin. Merry Xmas and happy 76th birthday, Martin. You have COVID and respiratory tract infection.
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. I do like this crying emoji though. Oh shit, really?
I do be using the crying, laughing emoji. I need to find something else.
See, now a lot of people would say this reads passive aggressive.
And now I feel triggered.
But to this person, she's just kind of getting it all out in one swing. That's one thing about boomers that I've noticed is that they don't like to do the back and forth. It's all just, it's up front. Where daughter? Where daughter? Looking for my daughter. Search for Laura on Facebook. Are you there, Laura? Person's like looking into a cave. Are you there, Laura? That one's kind of sad too, honestly. Good morning, neighbors. I was just wondering if anyone knows of any 3-bedroom houses to rent in the surrounding areas of blank. Please thank you in advance. How?
You know how many people hit me up like this? Hey, just wondering, do you have any houses for rent that are available for rent right now? And I'm like, if I fucking did, you know what I mean? It would be advertised as so. I can't tell you how often I post a house for sale and people are like, is it for rent? And I'm like, it says right at the top, not for rent, for sale only. How much would it cost to rent this? And I'm like, what? How much a month? And I'm like, how much a month for what? It's not for rent. No, to buy it. That's up to you and your bank, ma'am. You know what I need to do? I need to start collecting those because it is super fucking insane. The amount of people that I wonder, like, how are you still alive? On Facebook.
Houses. I like how they put up the poll too. It's a pretty good split though, to be fair. 62-38, that's not the hugest margin, but yeah, no, I mean, houses is
versus
pulling
houses.
ahead. Even though you'd think houses would, that's kind of good. houses. My vehicle had been damaged by young criminal men.
The emoji she used.
That's another thing too.
That's so crazy. That is not what that woman looks like, by the way.
Who's the first person who did a fucking, what are these called? Memojis, whatever?
Oh, yeah, I hate them.
Bitmojis.
Bitmojis. There
Whoever
you go.
came with Bitmojis needs to be fucking thrown out of a window.
Oh my God.
Vehicle's been damaged by young criminal men.
Yay.
Shouting to the rooftops. God, these Facebook emotes are terrible. Look at the Mr. Beast face one. No way. Punch. There's a couple things with Punch that we have to understand.
I think it's funny when people try to sell clothes on Facebook Marketplace and it's a picture of them wearing the clothes. You could literally just put it on the bed. Take a picture. It's Facebook. Because the modeling poses that they do are like, you got dolled up for that one.
One,
this guy did not get dolled
either
up.
This is the happiest this man's ever been, or two, his wife made him put this on for the photo, which I'm
It could be
guessing
both.
it's the latter.
Both
But
could
then
be true.
Three, charging $35 for this fucking poncho is unbelievable. And also, he looks so uncomfortable. It looks like a comfortable poncho, but 30,
got some
35,
boobs.
come on. My boy named Punch. I'm gonna name my dog Punch. Oh, you know, I think that Facebook isn't going to go anywhere, and I'm okay with that. I think that when I get to a certain age, I'm wondering what age it is exactly, I'm going to be right there with them. I think they, herd you back in with the group, and I'm going to worship Mark Zuckerberg like a god. But, it's nice to know that after all this time in these years that good old boomer Facebook and boomers on the internet haven't changed. It's been good old fun. And I think, one day I can't wait to join them.
Shout out to
And
me,
until then,
Canyon.
I'm gonna be young and cool. Sorry, something got my eye for a second.
I definitely need more degenerate YouTube videos in my life. So let's hope I pump that algorithm back in. Pump that back into my algorithm, because right now I have like iPhone reviews and PlayStation controllers, and I have some debauchery, but nothing that I'm like super interested in. Like every time I scroll through, I'm like, ugh, soft white underbelly. Do I really want to be saddened today? Or like how to make better YouTube videos, which is I like the thing I'm most embarrassed by. That I watch these things, and I never take their advice, ever. I guess I watch a lot of photography stuff too. Does the original EA Skate hold up 16 years later? Oh, there was something that I wanted to watch. This is why Skate 4 is taking so long. So one of my favorite games of all fucking time is Skate 2. I played probably thousands of hours back in my single days. I remember when my wife and I dated like a long time ago, and then we broke up because I was a piece of shit. And during that time of us being broken up, I dated, but I like kind of didn't really want to date, so I like stayed single for like 3 years. And I was playing a lot of video games at that time, and like I had my house. Oh god. The house that I lived in was set up in a way to make video games playing much easier. Let's not get into details. But so she she goes to my parents' house looking for me to long story short, she comes back into my life, and like I kept thinking to myself like, dang dude, having a girl in my life means I can't play Skate 2. I can't just sit here and drink Pepsi and watch and play Skate 2 all day. I remember thinking that. That's how fucked up I was back in those days. Like, just messed up in the brain. And I'm glad I stopped playing Skate 2 all day, because that relationship led me to where I'm at right now. I can tell you right now, without her, I would have no reason to do anything else other than play video games and watch anime all day and pretend like I was going to be an artist one day, knowing damn well I didn't want to draw for other people. It's weird. Life works in these crazy, weird, mysterious ways. And like I said, if I can get her on stream, we can tell the story. I think it's a cool story because it's a very universe story. You know what I mean? It's a very like, all of these things happened in just absolutely strange ways, in weird ways at the right time. And I can honestly say she's the fucking coolest thing in my life. So anyways, let's get back to this. Anyway, so Skate 2 was a great game. I loved it. I played a lot of it back in the day. You get the girl or Skate 2. There's a universe where Greg kept playing Skate 2 and where Greg runs Pickleball League. Yes. And I can tell you right now, the Greg that played Skate 2 is 455 pounds at 5'7". This is the craziest. I just got this email or this voicemail. I would like everyone to hear this. I want this on I want everyone to hear this. I'm trying to think of a way. I'm trying to think of a way to cut my address out of this, but.
Yeah, Gregory, this is Bill Delaney. I just live down the street at 2016 Bucklew. And I'm running for committee chairman for this area in 3J. And I was wondering if I could get your signature on my petition to run. And if so, I'd appreciate it. And if you can, give me a call back at 419-654-4251. Thank you, sir. Talk to you later.
Okay,
bye.
but the voicemail keeps going.
Time 1765. That's what we're doing. Okay.
What is going on? This guy's running for committee chair or something, and he doesn't know how to hit the red end button. Why is he taking so long? I mean, so unhinged. He didn't cut off. Yeah, he's 1,000% a pickleball player. I should call him back and be like, boy, do I have an interesting opportunity for you. Have you heard of pickleball? It might be something you'd be interested. I'm wondering if I could get your signature on building a pickleball court in the middle of my yard. Yeah, Casey, I'm reading back. I can't vote for the guy. Yeah, the thing is, if you were to spend like maybe 45 minutes in Toledo, you would quickly understand this fucking city. The people that run this city are they don't care. I'll just say that. But to get back to what you said, but Skate 2 Greg might be happy, but not know how much happier he could have been. I agree with you, and I think about it all the time. I think about there is a different happiness that I would have had if I would have continued to do the same things I was doing. But there's also a deep, I'll get into it at some point, but there's a deep sadness in that Skate 2 Greg that I don't think a deep, like a tormented, the sadness is still around or whatever, like anyways, just the torment is still around. I don't think I'll ever get away from it. But like, at that time I was, sure, I could have been happy, but I also would have been the type of happy that, I just didn't care. You know what I mean? Things would have piled up and I wouldn't have cared. There was a thing about, I don't know if you've ever met somebody that like, that could have achieved great things in life, but they just didn't care. But they were happy. They seemed happy, but there was a deep, like regret in their being. I can't seem to find the words that I'm trying to like use, that are like I can't seem to find the right words to describe. But I'll give you a quick synopsis. There's this guy that used to cut grasses for us, like a sweetheart of a guy, like such a nice guy, right? He used to have a coonhound dog, and he would ride around with his coonhound dog in his truck wherever he went. And if the dog would bark, I mean, I don't know if you know what a coonhound sounds like, but they're like have a very distinct bark. The dog died, but he was happy. The dude smiled. You know what I mean? His smile was mostly toothless. You know what I mean? And he didn't look like he was taking care of himself, but he was happy. He smiled. He joked. He was like a guy that you rooted for. You know what I mean? A guy that you rooted for. You hope like good things are going to happen for him because he deserves it type stuff. The dog died and he went into this deep fucking sadness, man. He was still the same guy that we always knew, smiling, happy, but you could just feel the darkness inside of him. He was down on his luck for a while. His landlord kicked him out. He was gonna buy a house from us. My dad was kind of like, saying like, I don't know if he can afford it, man, but give him a shot. He wasn't able to afford it. He couldn't get the loan. The amount was too high for him, and could we have given it the house to him for cheaper? Yes, but that would have also meant that it isn't always about the money. 9 times out of 10, it's not about the money. It's about giving somebody something that they will be able to take care of, giving the person that will be able to take care of the thing. Like, I know so many people in my life that, like, I could just change their lives, with a handout. But I don't think that they would know how to use that handout. So I don't. And not that I would have stipulations on the handout, but there was a conversation that I had yesterday with a family member that I think when I told him, what was going on and stuff, that it like he was floored, and he was like, well, wait a minute. And I was like, I can't, but I know what would happen if I was to do these things for you, because it wouldn't work out in your favor. It would put you in a worse spot. You know what I mean? That was this kind of situation with this guy in the house. Like, it would not help you to have this house if you couldn't afford it through the bank, and we could give you the loan, but you wouldn't be able to keep up on it because it's just the money, the neighborhood, the amount of land. It's just too much. And it would actually hurt you to get yourself into a situation like this from where you were. I don't know. It's a complex thing, and I don't want to share too many details with it. But he ended up getting a house. He was very proud that he was able to acquire a house of his own, which I always believe that if someone can get it on their own, it's a better experience for them than to have been given it. So he was able to get it on his own. And he quickly moved into the garage. He moved all of his stuff into the garage. And I had never been in the garage, but, out of like pure, like just wanting to make sure the guy had a place to live, we gave him free labor. I wired his whole house for electricity. We had our plumber and our plumber basically like hook up the gas. We called out the city. My dad gave him so many supplies, and all this kind of stuff. But 3 years later, he never did anything for himself. Like, he never got the work done. He never used the insulation that we donated him. He never hung the drywall that we donated to him. He never put the electrical outlets on where I had done the electricity. So 3 years later, he's still living in the garage. And I said to my dad, hey, we can continue to help this guy, but he's not helping himself. He's doing nothing to help himself. So, my dad being the kind of guy he is, he wants to help people. He wants to be there for people and all that kind of stuff. He's the type of guy that his business was cutting grass, and he just wouldn't collect the money, or he would, put it off cutting the grass and stuff. So it would kind of like, and he wasn't like a drug addict where he was just too fucked up to do it. It was just that he wasn't doing much for himself. And that was who I was back then. Long story short, like a few weeks ago, he was in a car accident. He was thrown through. Well, he was diagnosed with lung cancer a few months back. And, my dad started helping him put his house back together and stuff like that, because he really wanted him to get him out of that garage and into a house with actual heat, gas, heat in the house. And my dad was just like, I don't understand. You can do for him, and he just doesn't want to move forward in life. But he was happy. You know what I mean? He was happy. He smiled and he was happy. He would joke. He was okay with his life like that in the garage. And then a few weeks ago, he was in a car accident where he was thrown from the vehicle, and he he died. And I just, it fucks with me because I just wonder, like, it fucks with me because I know that I could have been that if I did the Skate 2 thing. You know what I mean? I could have been that guy that, like, I would have appeared to be happy and smiley, but I would have been dead inside. Not dead inside. Just there's that, you know, that deep torment, that thing that, like, gnaws at your happiness. You can smile and make jokes in front of people and stuff like that when you're in front of people, but that deep sadness, it stops you from doing the things that you need to do, you know? And my wife being in the picture, my cat, you know, helped me at a time that I was, you know, moving in that direction too. When I first got her, she helped me move into a different direction. My wife did the same thing. Like, it pushed me in a direction where she just wanted, I mean, dude, she told me, she's like, I don't give a shit what you do. I just want you to be happy. And I want you to achieve your dreams, your goals. And, you know, that's, what more can I ask for? You know? So to get back to what you're saying, Skate 2 Greg might be happy, but not know how much happier he could have been. I agree. And I think that Skate 2 Greg was a completely different person than who I am right now. I think that was like a branch of a decision that, like, if you were to go to, you know, a different universe or a different dimension, I think that Skate 2 Greg, from making the decision to allow a girl back into his life, the girl back into his life, was the right decision for this Greg right now, this one talking to you, because she pushes me to achieve things that I think that I would, you know, I don't have a lot of fucking, like, confidence. I don't have a lot of self-confidence. I don't have a lot of self-confidence at all. I actually hate myself more than anything. And I don't have a lot of belief in myself, but she believes in me, and that's all I can ask for. That's not all I can ask for. I mean, that pushes me. Her belief in me pushes me to believe in myself, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All this from fucking skate video game. Crazy. Let's see how many hours and life sucking. How much time I'm gonna be putting into this one.
You can slap you a curb.
Which I think is sick, because I love, like, as an old guy,
Slappies just turns that kind of moment of crashing into a curb and running out into a cool trick, right? Now, so you just slam your board into the curb and you
that's
get
cool.
a slappy, and
Love
you can
it.
then use you know, our actual grind system and do all kinds of different grinds in it, and do a slappy nose blunt, whatever you want to do.
Because we're looking at some of these features that, again, are like representing, like, what you see a lot in, like, modern skating videos, right? Like, you just see it all the time where people are kind of bashing their board into stuff, right? We got slappies, we were working on wallies.
Oh, that's cool. Because it was
I was personally working on
really
for quite a
hard
while.
to
But
do
yeah,
that
honestly,
in the games.
like, it was a pretty cool process where it's like,
That's
we
cool.
want to take this trick that I think is super important to skating and that people are gonna love, right? Also, of course, it, like, solves a design problem that we have, which is great. So, I mean, that's
keeping people from falling down, or like
exactly,
new players
right?
from being frustrated.
Yeah.
I've got good news and bad news.
You can
slap you a curb.
Yeah, Casey, I agree. It is powerful stuff. It's like, it might not mean anything to anybody but me, but, you know, I think about fucking Anthony Bourdain a lot. I don't know. I can't go down that road. But, like, I think about some people, and I think about their lives, and I think about how similar my mental state is to theirs, or was to theirs. And it messes with me a little bit, and it makes me, like, grateful for everything I have and the decisions that I've made. Because it could have been worse. You know, my decisions could have been worse decisions. And right now, I don't know, as like who I am right now, I'm a person that's like grateful for the decisions that I've made in life. It's crazy because I had this conversation yesterday with my mom about how people, because I had that conversation with my cousin. It's crazy like how people will just say and like quickly dismiss the idea that like, well, you're like they think that my dad gave me money. He didn't give me money. He didn't give me money at all. Like, I made the decision to like talk to him about doing being in the business with him because I had been avoiding it for a very long time. I said I didn't want to do it. When it was offered to me, I turned it down. So many times. And then I came back and I was like, hey, let's look at this realistically. This is someday going to end up being something that I'm going to have to do. So I took it, and I think people think that there's so much money involved in what I do, and there is, but the money is involved. Like the money goes out. You know what I mean? Like I made in February of 2019 is when I started working with my dad on this. Before that, I was broke as shit. Before that, my wife and I were living on $40,000 between the two of us, for like probably less than $40,000 a year between the two of us. So that's nothing. You know what I mean? That's nothing. But we were happy. You know what I'm saying? We were happy. We feel poor. We felt like we were like rich. We were broke as fuck, but like we felt rich. And with the first paycheck I got from flipping a house, it was only $3,000. And I asked my wife, "What do you want to do with this money? Like, I'll give you this money." And she's like, "Nah, I don't want the money." And I'll remind you that we were making $40,000 at the time, and I said, "Well, I don't want it either. If you don't want it, I don't want it." So I said, "What can we do with it?" And we decided to like build a deck in our backyard and build a fence. And to everyone else, they were like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? You built a deck and a fence with $3,000 when you desperately need $3,000. And I was like, I got a plan. You know, I have a plan. And fucking, he didn't give me the money. We made the money together. And then we did it again with the next house. And then I gave her 50% of it. Unrelated, I wanted to ask you to upload these lives as videos so they aren't just live section. I don't know how to do that, Casey. I don't know how to do it. I looked at it last night. I should do it, shouldn't I? Like I should just re-upload it. I should take the recordings and just re-upload them, right? That's all I have to do. Maybe like timestamp them or something. Because I think it might get more traction that way, right? I think you're thinking the same way I'm thinking. Like they just hide in the live section. So once people click my videos, they see like these old ass videos of like streaming Elden Ring and stuff. And Harry Potter. Or Hogwarts, where the fuck that slow ass game was called. 3K is good money. Realizing you can get way more, but 3K is huge. 3K was huge at that time for sure. But then like, you know, the next time I get paid would be months away. It's not huge. You know what I mean? Because you have to like spread it over 3 or 4 months. So it's about $1,000 a month. But it was huge at the time because I was making nothing. And, you know, $3,000 is almost 10% of what my wife's, you know, yearly rate was at that time. So yeah, it was huge. Sorry to derail you, but I get alerts that you upload videos. But I get alerts that you upload videos every night. So I thought you were doing that. No. Do I? Are they? I mean, I don't do it. hold on. I don't know if I can actually. I keep my lives hidden. I'm like, he's smart. He's making them videos. I want to. I think I should. Just because because I don't think YouTube considers lives like actually like uploading content. But I have hours of fucking content here. Not that it's great content, but they are content that I could just make lives or not make VODs, you know what I mean? I wonder why it's saying that, because I'm looking right now and like in the videos it's not listed as one of my videos. It's only listed as lives, and it is hard to find. Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So I just with that money we decided to improve the house. On the second one we decided to improve the house a little bit more, and then improve the house a little bit more, and improve the house a little bit more, because I didn't have a bank account, but I had a house. A house that was like not worth very much. Now the house is worth a lot more. In no way ever would I have been able to double the amount of my house, the value of my home, there's no way I would be able to double the amount of the value. I would never be able to get how am I trying to say this? The amount of the value, maybe YouTube is checking them before they're posted in your live section. But every night I get an alert that listed your morning video. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to have to look into that. I'm going to have to look into that for sure. Because I really would like for them to be in the video section and not just in the live section. But I don't know why it would be given it at night. It's weird. Yeah, because I don't know. It's weird. You know what's really weird is because these other ones that I played, like Hogwarts Legacy and stuff like that, those were all lives, but they appear in the VOD section. I don't understand why. Actually, it's only one. I'll send you a pic tonight on Instagram when it happens. Yeah, definitely do that. Anyway, so my having the conversation with my family member, he made it sound like must be nice to have your money, and I had to remind him, like, there was a time where you had to buy me groceries, dude. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget about that. Don't forget that there was a time in my life where you had to buy me groceries. Don't forget, that like I had these opportunities and I made these decisions because the idea, he was like, his words were share the wealth, man. And I was like, what do you mean share the wealth? Like, I've been trying to give you my fucking what I've done to get where I'm at along the way. Like, if I can't help it if you don't pay attention. It's not my job to make you like pay attention to what I'm doing. Like, people think that I do spend crazy money. I do spend crazy money, but I don't ever spend money on shit that isn't going to make me money. Do you know what I mean? Of course, there's things that I like that are never going to make me money, but I buy things with the thought of like, if I have to sell this in the end, what's going to get me the best value out of it? Because I'm always expecting everything to slide out from underneath me. If everything goes to zero and I own nothing, I'm at zero. But if everything goes to zero and I have the best everything, then I can always just sell the shit, dude. You know what I mean? And I'll still have money. So my first fucking focus was on making sure that the house gets paid off. And when the house gets paid off, it's worth way more than what we bought it for. Because that is a bank account. There's no way I could make... I don't want to give away how much my house is worth. But if I buy... Let's just say... I'm going to say if I bought my house for $10... I'm going to give you a way high number. My house is not worth this. But if I was able to... If we bought our house at $400,000, like I said, my house is not worth $400,000. But I'm throwing this number out extremely high because it makes no sense to say, like, if I bought it at $10 and I sold it at $20, I've made $10. But, like, it's more than that. So I'll say $400,000. My house is worth $400,000. And I spent the money... smaller amounts of money to make my house worth now $800,000. There's no way I would have been able to save $800 or another $400,000. Right? Doesn't that make sense? So like if I was able to double the value of my home, it's essentially like having a bank account that holds. If the house was sold for $400,000, the house is not, if we bought the house at $400,000 and we sold the house at $800,000, we've now saved $400,000 in a bank account. When we go to sell, that $400,000 is mine. It's ours. So that's the way I think about it. The way I think about everything. If everything goes to fucking zero, I have a house. Like I'm not a mortgage, a house. I have the house. So we double payments. You know what I mean? If you're poor, you can be poor for a little bit to be rich later. That's the way I think about it. I spend money on shoes. And I think people are like, oh my God, why do you spend this amount of money on shoes? Because shoes are a hot commodity. No matter what, they seem to hold their value very well. If I buy a pair of shoes for $125, I bought the shoes for $125. I can wear them a little bit and wear them out into random places. And then if I need to, I can turn around and sell them for $350. Where else in the world can you do that? You can't buy a TV, use it for 6 to 8 months, and then turn around and sell it for even more. So I buy shoes. Shoes are a great investment. The right shoes are a great investment. And I do that. I buy shoes just to get them in my hands to look at them, and then I'll turn around and sell them. Double my money. I bought that Pokemon skateboard deck and just turned around and made $400 off it. It's just, it's a flipping mentality, but like it's also a mentality of like the money doesn't really matter. If you spend it, it will come back to you if you spend it in the right way. I don't like stock market stuff. I think the rate of return is garbage, and I don't know why people even fuck with it. Unless you got 50 grand to put in the stock market, you know, and just let it sit there, then what are you doing? You're making like what they said, like a good year on the stock market is like, my dad is ecstatic when he makes a 10% return on his investment. And I'm like, a 10% return on your investment, dude? You're insane. I need 100% return on my investment or else I don't do it. Like there's no sense in buying, like, I don't even know. What do I have in here that could give this example? Nothing you can really see. And it's not, my dad didn't give me the money for that. You know what I'm saying? I I did it. I made the decisions on what to do with the money when I made it. And it frustrates me when people cash out my collectibles, enjoy them, got out. Hell yeah. Got out, loved the flip game, and it saved me, but when I wanted to relax and not work for a bit. For sure. 100,000%, Casey. The flip game is kind of exciting when you get to just like now only deal with stuff that you're interested in. Like I like fashion, I like shoes, I like art, I like, collectibles and stuff like that. But then also when you think about the value of, I don't know, I'm looking at a monitor right now, the value of resale on a monitor. You could resell the monitor. And a high-end monitor is expensive. They say 8% is good in the stock market, but I guess they're talking many thousands. So I get it. You're right. 50 grand, 100 grand. But like, who the fuck's got that money just to throw into some place and just kind of like hope it does well? I can't get behind that. It's like borderline gambling to me. And I'm not like a gambler at all. I don't like to gamble. I like sure things. Let's say you buy a computer, a monitor for $1,000. Yeah, exactly. 8% isn't even covering the fees. You know what I mean? 8% is not even covering eBay fees or wherever you sell it from. Yeah, it's crazy. But everybody thinks, like my parents will say some shit to me sometimes where they're like, are you saving for the future? And I'm like, what future? What future? I live right now. Yeah, I'm saving for the future. The shit that I buy is if I need to, if shit goes crazy, I'll sell the shit. I'm not worried about it. I'm telling you, that's the way I think. And my family member that I was talking to makes way more than me. And he doesn't have shit. You know what I mean? And he's like, share the wealth of knowledge. And I'm like, dude, you just have to pay attention. I can't just like, I'm not saying that I have all the idea, like all the right fucking like ways to make money. I'm just saying for me, I just know the shit that I like and I buy the shit that I like. That's it. And I think of it in a way that if I was poor, this is what I would do. You know what I mean? If I ever had, like you were just saying about the collectibles, sometimes you need a break from whatever it is. You know what I mean? From whatever it is. Sometimes you just need a month of just solitude and not looking and thinking about panicking about the money and stuff like that. Sometimes you just need it. And I think it's important to like be surrounded by things that you enjoy. But I also think that it's important to let go of those things you enjoy. And then when you let go, you are able to get some of the money back that you put into it. And if you enjoy the thing, if you are letting somebody else enjoy it by selling it to them, and if you're able to make a little bit more money back from how you did it to afford you the time to just recollect, exactly, Casey. Exactly. That's exactly. If I die tomorrow, I'll be real happy. I struggled all those years to put money away. Now someone else gets it, right? And chances are, for like my wife and I, it isn't going to go to anybody. Who's it going to go to? I don't have kids. Absolutely. Yeah, you should always have some money, future money. You should always have some future money. I think it's smart to have future money. I think it's smart to have that future money making you more money. As long as it's, above the inflation rate, you're straight. You're good. There should always be future money. I think that's a smart way to think about things. Cuz you could break your leg tomorrow. You know what I mean? You could you know what I mean? Like you're saying you could get old and, all that kind of stuff. My goal is to never need Social Security. So I definitely have future money as well. But a lot of people don't, you know? A lot of people don't. A lot of people have crazy amounts of debt and for things that they want right now. But it's not the same as, I don't want to go into debt for things that I want, you know? I don't know. Maybe I went too far into this. Maybe it's a little too self-indulgent. I don't know. I will learn. Self-inflated, I think maybe. But I think we're coming up on 10:30 here. I'll give it 3 more minutes and then I got to go. I want to get some stuff done. Yeah, if I have kids, I guess it makes sense. Then my kids hate me and kill me for the money. Right. Absolutely, dude. My dad, his like saying is like, I got 1 foot in the grave. And I'm just like telling him, I've told him a million times, show me how to make the money. Show me how to make the money and I'll never want yours. If you got 1 foot in the grave, I want you to go out fucking just gangster style. You know what I mean? Go fucking swimming with sharks and like see the entire world, dude. It's what I want for myself. I want that for you. I don't want to fucking show me how to make the money and I'll never ask you for a penny. You know, I'll never expect a penny from you. So I don't. I live my life, you know. I don't want anybody else's shit. I want to be able to make my own. That's kind of what drives me, and that's kind of why I'm doing trying to push myself into this content creation thing, just because it feels more of my own. I can just be me, and if I can make a little bit of money off it, that would be awesome. You know, I know people say like life is about balance or whatever, but it really is. Life is about balance, and people say work-life balance. I think it's just life in general. You know? It's funny how you never need a vacation if you're living your life all the time. You know what I mean? It's different because my wife and I, we don't like, we're completely different. She works a 9 to 5 where she has not set hours, but she has hours that she works, a time where she goes to work and a time where she gets off. But I don't. I make the decision what time you definitely have clippable content for shorts every day, but who has time to slice it up and make more content? Every fucking day, Casey, I look at this shit and I'm like, I need to cut that. I need to clip that. I need to clip that. But I have so much self-hatred that like when I rewatch these things, I cringe. I feel like it's cringe. And I'm like, nah, don't put that out. So like that self-doubt, that like self-doubt shit, this like what's it called, the imposter syndrome. Like I feel like when I say it, it comes out of my mouth so naturally, but then when I go to like listen back, I'm like, God, you sound like such a fucking self-inflated fraud. Like I don't know, because I don't like that. You know, I don't want everyone to be me. I want everyone to be them, and I want everyone to win being them, and I want to help people win being them. But the words that come out of my mouth is like, I did this, I, me, and I'm like, fuck. Stop saying I, me. It should be we or you, you know? But I don't have answers for everyone's life. You know, my way of life isn't your way of life. You know what I mean? Things that work for me aren't going to work for you. So I'm scared to give advice because I don't want you to be me. You know what I mean? I want you to be you. I want Casey to make Casey money when Casey you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even joking, dude. This is not even like a thing. Like I root for so many fucking people, and I hope to God, like I see people in the grocery store and I'm like, man, I hope that person gets everything they've ever fucking dreamed. You know what I mean? Like, cause they fucking deserve it. You know, I used to know this girl that used to work with my wife. Like she had like the personality that you could just, she had it. She had it. You know what I mean? The it factor. So funny, so like self-deprecating and dark. But she was like so sad about that. You know what I mean? Like the first time I met her, I'm like, she had these custom Vans on. And you know I love shoes, so I said, "Oh my God, those shoes are so dope." And she was like, "That's my dead dog." And I fucking lost it. I fell on the ground laughing. Was it? You think that shit was clippable? I don't even know, dude. I don't even really know. You know what I mean? I don't even really know. I just say shit sometimes. It just comes out of my mouth. I think. I could tell you every move I'm making. I don't know if it would help you. I don't know if it would help you to like make every move that I make. You know, believe me, it's not as much money as you think it is. It just appears that way. Do you know what I mean? It's not as much money as you think. Like when people tell me like how much they get paid, like an hour, sometimes I'm like, fuck, dude, I need that money. But then in the reality of it is like I work 4 hours a day, if that. And then I have months off. So it's like, do you really want to get paid hourly, Greg? Does Greg really want to get paid hourly? I don't know if I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I want stability. But then other times I'm just kind of like, no, this is what we're doing right now is good. I keep coming across people so often thinking, damn, I'd watch this motherfucker if they streamed. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't do it. I don't like this stream is already so self-inflated, so like self-absorbed that I don't want to like say what people have said to me but like I'll finish my story about this girl and it'll kind of help you understand what I'm trying to say. This girl had the thing, right? Like I worked with my wife, my wife works retail, and a way for us to spend holidays together is for me to work with her. Okay. If that says anything. So during Thanksgiving time, holiday, Thanksgiving to Christmas time, they allow, her work allows people, I enjoy the streaming thing. I enjoy this the unfiltered stream of consciousness sometimes, but then rewatching it back, I feel so cringy. But I imagine everybody does that. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just that I'm not at the point where I feel confident in my words yet, or looking at myself on camera, or feeling like I am not a piece of shit. But that's like deep programming shit, you know. So this girl, like, she's so funny and like she knows how to like joke back and forth, and she would like knows how to like mess with people and stuff. So she would tell my wife that like and my wife is very cool too. Like she's got a really good sense of humor, and like I understand like what I'm about to say is going to seem so fucking bad, but believe me, like all three of us were in on the joke, like, and she knew how to get my wife going in these situations. So like she would say shit like you know, your husband is my dream man. And like, she would be like, what the fuck? And my wife would come back home and she would tell me, you know, what this girl said and stuff. And like, it was just a play on, you know, like kind of like busting each other's balls in like a three, like in a way. Like this one time I said, she's like, in a different universe, I'm married to your husband and we have children named Peg and Meg. Just fucking weird shit, dude. That's cool. Take the part-time job during busy season to spend time. Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, I meant the clipping. Yeah, I don't rewatch mine. I know I want to delete it. Yeah, I had a really bad thing when I was on Periscope streaming a lot. Like, I would delete the stream, and then everyone would be like, "Why the fuck do you like get so mad at me? why do you delete the streams? I used to do that on Twitter a lot. I would tweet, and I would tweet things that I thought were like important for people to hear, and then I would delete them. And they would, the same people would be like, dude, you got to stop deleting your shit. You got to stop deleting that shit. And I would be like, well, I feel so stupid. And they're like, yeah, well, so does everyone. But leave them up because people want to be able to see it. You're kind of saying the same exact thing. And I know I need to clip these things. I should. But I'm afraid of what the type of person. I don't want people to think that I'm like, I have it figured out, because I fucking don't. I'm a complete mess, and I like being a complete mess. I like being a degenerate. I like doing degenerate shit. I like dark, twisted, weird shit. And I'm afraid that it'll pull in people that I don't want Jay Shetty's audience. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Jay Shetty's audience. Like, I need Jay Shitty's audience. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay Shetty with a fucking bag over his head. You know what I'm saying? With X's over his eyes and shit. Like Jay Shitty sounds like a much more something I would watch. Anyways, this girl had it. You know what I mean? She had a very good personality, very cool. She was able to carry on conversations and work at the same time. For a young kid, that's crazy. That's crazy shit. And I noticed her right away, and I told my wife, like, that girl is going to do some shit one day. She's like, everyone says the same thing. She's going to be, you know, she's going to have it all, you know? So I asked her one day, I'm like, I almost said her name. What do you want for your life? And her answer fucking broke my heart. She's like, I want to marry a football player and just have his babies. And I was like, damn. I was like, you don't really believe that? She's like, yeah, that's what I want. She's like, I want to be a personal trainer so I can get closer to a fucking professional football player or a basketball player and just have their babies. And I was like, but you could have more than just being somebody's wife and somebody's mom. You could have more. And I know sometimes, dude, women, that's all they want. And that's fine. If that's your goal, just to be a mom and a wife, that's cool. I'm not here to say it's bad. I think this girl could have been more than a mom and a mother. You know, a mom and a wife. I think this girl could have been like, I think if she believed in herself, you could put her anywhere and she would swim. You know what I mean? I think she's just, you could put her up next to like Brad Pitt, right? That most people would just clam up. I don't think she would. I think she would have been one of the greatest interviewers of all time because she doesn't give a fuck. She was very cool, dark sense of humor. You know what I mean? You see these people on TikTok and shit that are like, do these interviews. And I'm like, that could have been her, man. She had it. But I guess where she's at now, she's kind of become this like corporate girl. You know, just become a basic, you know. And that always makes me sad because I always want like the best for these people. You know, I fall in love with people super quickly. And I mean, when I mean fall in love, I'm not like, don't mean like, you know, birds carrying hearts around their heads or whatever, but just like, I just have a love for people. And I want everything for them. Even people I don't fucking know. It's crazy. It's probably a problem. I'm sure it's probably a problem. What it is, dude, is I see a little bit of myself in these people. I see a little bit of myself in these people, and I want to be what I wished I would have had someone, you know, be the person I wish I had for me back then when I was feeling a certain way. That's what I wish. That's what I hope. That's all I ever want to do. That's what I want for my life, is just to be somebody that is supportive of people that are just, they're trying, you know? If I can just tell people, just, hey man, just do you. Continue to do you. I supported the fuck out of this girl one time that just made cookies. She baked cookies. She's an 18-year-old girl. But she had a side hustle of making cookies, and their cookies were excellent. So I would buy boxes of cookies. I'm not eating the cookies, but I'd buy boxes of cookies just to kind of support her. I love those type of people, man. They have an idea of what they want. They're working retail, right now to pay for the passion that they have. You know what I mean? One hand washes the other. Love it. I love it. Because I think that that's life, dude. I think that's real life. Oh, I don't know. I probably should cut some of these things up. I probably should just pretend I'm not. Like, maybe I'll have my wife do it. How about that? I'll just make my wife give me timestamps. I'll have her watch them and give me timestamps, and then I'll cut them. Or upload. Maybe, here's this. How about this? I'll upload as videos and do chapter markers. Right? Let me do that first. You know AI can summarize your streams now? Can they really? They do a good job of it? What Casey, whenever you don't have to do it now. I'm sure you're doing other shit, but yeah, you don't have to do it now. But if you think about it today, send me something so I can see it. Oh, dude, that would be a massive help. The other day I went through and well, thank you. I appreciate it. The other day I went through and made chapter markers in one of my videos, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing this again. This is terrible. It took me 3 hours to watch an hour stream, and I was like, man, I don't want to. It isn't efficient enough yet. But I don't have systems in place where I should be writing these things down. But like I said, I don't have the confidence in myself yet, confidence in my words to rewatch it back and feel. But that was the whole point in this, I think. You know, is to be on camera more so I can feel more comfortable talking. So in a way, it's working, I guess. I think the last time I checked, I had 54 streams. It's pretty good. It's way further than I've ever got. Yeah, 54. Total of 54, and that's, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 8. 54 minus 8. I don't know what the fuck that is. 54 minus 8. Oh, wait. 54. Sorry. Not 54. So from here on up, I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going too deep into this. Okay. Let me wrap here because I really want to get this shit done today. I can probably get back here at around 2:30 if I get moving right now. I can probably get back here about 2:30 and play some Cyberpunk later. But Friday, we're aiming for a full day of just like wasting away to nothing. No food, nothing. Just gonna sit there, play Cyberpunk all day. Because I'd like to catch up with some of these streamers, but I don't want to rush things either. There's so much shit that I've been seeing. I want to get to a point where I can actually watch these videos that are like tip videos. So, and I'm trying to get through this heist mission first before I do all that. Because I keep seeing people have hidden guns and shit like that. You can cars you can get for free, and I'm like, oh, like, dude. But I know if I watch it, it's gonna spoil some major story spoilers. because the one that I started watching, it was like, hit me. You got 3 likes, 2 from me. 1 was from today. Two from me. Was 1 from you? No, it wasn't from me. Interesting. And I have some people that probably watch this because when I go back and look at the views, I don't understand like how there's 38 views on a VOD. Like, oh shit. Wow. Am I still here? Like on some of them there's like 38 views. And I'm like, how? How the fuck is it 38 views? 115 views? And I'm just like, I don't know how. But they're there. Yeah, what was the last one? The one let me find it. One of them was like 115, but that was like situational because I was talking about something super specific and I've labeled it as that. Boomer plays Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk the other day was 7 views, which is nothing, but like 18 last week, 12 the other day, 112 the one with fucking what's his name? 9. So it's not like I'm doing too bad. Like it's not like I'm doing it's terrible. Fucking 9 views, but it's way better than 0. It's fine though. I don't really understand like when I wish they would show me like what time. You know, what time are these being watched? Because they're not obviously not when we're streaming, you know what I mean? Because it's usually just you and I just chilling, but I don't know. I'm confused. It's confusing because I don't, like you said, I don't know if they're bots or what, but like it's not consistent. Yeah, people don't chat or comment, but I think people are knowing you're out there. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I think once I keep saying this, once I get to a point where like I'm re-uploading as VODs maybe, or like, you know, publishing them as content, that it may help. And your idea of making shorts is definitely fucking would help. And then also, God, I know I need to fuck with TikTok. I don't know. Oh, it says right here, live viewers. Yeah. I see here. I got it. But does this make any sense? It's so weird. Like I don't know. I'm afraid to look too deep, too any deeper, just because like I don't want it to sway what I'm already doing. I just kind of like keep doing this for a minute. But I will cut them up. My wife keeps bugging me to do it too. Make shorts and all that kind of stuff. I think that's what'll help a lot. But also I'm afraid. What happens when there's 50 people in chat? I don't fucking know how to handle that. I like how it is right now. It's very, very chill, very calm. People, you know, I trust you in this chat. It's good. I know if I see you in here, I'm like, you know, all right, cool. You can relax. Do your thing, you know. But yeah, I really should get moving though, because I would love to get back and play some Cyberpunk today. If I get it all done today, that means Friday is going to be a banger of a stream. It's an all-night rager. That'll be good. Lots of caffeine. Yeah. Never know how to end these things properly. But I appreciate you hanging out again, Casey. Yeah, I got 1.5 years on TikTok. And then I get 7. Doesn't translate to other platforms yet. And 5 followers, but it's another thing I got to do. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. Because I think like even like the big dogs, like they either make it on TikTok or they make it on YouTube. It's not one, it's not both, you know? Like I have a friend, not a friend. I know a dude that he used to do live streaming New York tours, like New York City tours. I'd watch all the time. And then he blew up on TikTok, and he blew up on TikTok because he would do these little shorts, and he's kind of left YouTube alone a little bit because he doesn't get anywhere near the amount of views on YouTube that he does on TikTok. And then TikTok pays like 30-70 split, meaning 30 for the creator, 70 for TikTok. And it's enough to send him around the world, because now he's doing around the world streams, and he's doing TikTok lives, and he's doing shorts and all kinds of stuff now, and it's paying for his shit. So I want to know, how do you do that, buddy? Show me how to do that. Also, I don't really know about the TikTok world yet. I can't even figure out the algorithm because all it shows me is mental illness and titties. It's literally TikTok. Let's just try it right now. I'm going to try it right now just to show everybody that this is the original. Whoops. This is the TikTok algorithm from the jump. Because everyone keeps telling me shit like, oh, you got to create your algorithm, as if it takes 30 minutes. All right, cool. Thank you, Casey. Everyone makes it sound like it takes like 30 minutes to do to get your algorithm working, right? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because the minute I start TikTok, it's mental illness and titties every time. Well, not now. Selena Gomez. Hey, girl. Shout out to Selena Gomez. Love Selena Gomez. Okay, of course. So now it's not showing me mental illness and titties. So what is it? I can tell you right now, I'm not searching for mental illness and titties. Is that? Close enough though, right? Like it's just pretty people. And I'm like, pretty people? And if this girl makes a dick out of the thing, then we'll know then we'll know. Because you trying to tell me that ain't sexually suggestive? It probably isn't. It's probably just my mind, but it feels okay. See? What's it say? Okay. So I mean, I'm being proved wrong. Now I feel like an idiot. A perverted moron is what I feel like now. Because I'm not seeing any of the mental illness or titties that you usually see. Okay. I guess I'm wrong. I was wrong. Maybe they changed it. Maybe they changed it. They probably changed it. And I feel like an idiot. And you know what? That's how I'm going to end. Let's end it right here. Casey, thank you for sending that to me. I appreciate it. I'm going to check that out right now as soon as I get off stream, because that could be a gigantic help to me. It says I have 4 views. Shout out to the 4 viewers. Y'all are the best. All right, I'm out. I got to get some shit done today, and then I'm going to come back hopefully around 2 o'clock to play some Cyberpunk. And then Friday is going to be an all-day Cyberpunk thing. And I will definitely have some stories for you Friday morning, because what I have to do Thursday, always equals stories. Okay? So be ready for some craziness. All right. Shout out to Casey for all the help today. All right.